Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. We hope you are all having a wonderful night. What kind of game do we got today?
Well, we got Michigan versus Texas Tech University. Um, going to be a
Hmm.
best of seven this time around. Personally, I'm hoping for a best of seven match. I'm hoping for like a back and forth, maybe a reverse sweep by one team or the other, and maybe
Oh,
some good overtimes and just a final solution. Just a final, hopefully tense ending. That's usually what I expect from games like this. We got Michigan, we got Team A, so pretty much the best Michigan has to offer, and then Texas Tech University with a hopefully similar team, so that we can see a lot of good back and forth going on. Uh, so I'm Pantherilio. I'll be your host today, and we have Bex also with me. He's going to be my co-host.
yep. Hi, everyone. I'm Bex. I'll be your co-host today. Definitely agree with everything you're saying. I want to see, you know, uh, ideally get to that Game 7 overtime. We being Michigan casters, obviously know a little bit more about Michigan, and are rooting for the Wolverines today. But I don't know too much about this Texas Tech team. We weren't given much of a scouting report on them. Either way, it is the grand finals of Project One, so it should be a good match. I'm looking forward to it.
Alrighty, I am going to set up everything and relay it, the information to the teams. So, Bex, can you tell us anything about Team Michigan, their Team A this time around? Do you know anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Oop,
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry. Yeah, I can. I actually had the opportunity to talk with some of the Michigan players beforehand. They really don't know Texas Tech's relative strength either. Um, Obviously, we have AJ, who's kind of been a solid player within the team pretty much the whole season. Zemzo has been in and out, and Elro has been there as well. But really, what I think we're going to be looking at is just how connected these players are. When Texas Tech joins and we get to see the first match, we'll be able to see a little bit more of the relative skill. But knowing that all three of these players are around Grand Champion 3, it's going to be a high level matchup, and I'm excited to see it. What about you?
Honestly, I'm excited too. Yeah, Team A, definitely expect a lot of them. Definitely the highest ranked players um, on Michigan right now. So I'll definitely expect to see a lot of high ranking plays. Personally, I'm not that high ranking. I'm only up to like Champ 2 and Champ 3, but that doesn't mean I can't enjoy, some good Rocket League going on. And I'll hopefully do my best to try to analyze the plays, see what's going on, and try to explain where things are going right and where things are uh, going otherwise. What about you, Bex?
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like the players are joining first of all, so we should hop on in there, change the overlay. But yeah, I'll
I
try
will. I
to.
will.
I'm myself at GC2, so I'm a little bit closer in rank. Might be able to see a little better what's happening. But I'm going to be starting off trying to give a play-by-play, an instant match reaction, and we're just going to see what happens. First kickoff coming out looks like Bramble going high. AJ deflects, and Wilds cannot convert. Uh, Zenzo takes the ball, immediately demoed. Elro now has it. Back up to Bramble. We've stayed entirely on the Texas Tech half so far this game. Roar clear blocked by Zemzo. And AJ will be there for the center. Cannot be reached. Elro goes up to block. AJ coming back around up to Zemzo. Decides not to go for it. We have Zemzo going for a double fake. Wilds and Roar seem to have a bit of a double commit, and Roar beats Elro. AJ's up. Zemzo elects to take it back, and a bad 50, but Elro's able to clear it out. Now Elro's in a 1v1 situation. Big flick. And Wilds clears it, and Roar secures the clear. Elro coming back in, though. Bramble take possession. Flicks over one. AJ's up, and Wilds has another clear. I mean, so far, it seems like both teams are strong. It seems like it's been pretty good possession in the Texas Tech half, and Michigan have been able to keep it there. What are you seeing?
Definitely a lot of back and forth going on between the two plays. Here we have Texas trying to keep control right now. Elro clears it out. Continues the follow up. There's a good 50. Waterfall's down. Can they get that? No. No one's there to respond. But instead, Michigan trying to get the offense, but instead, Roar clears it out. Elro with another clear. And we're a minute in, and still no goals in.
Yeah, I know. Michigan have been really strong on like the large clears here. It seems like they've had a decent amount of chemistry, whereas Texas Tech have had a few double commits that may cost them later in the series, especially in such a high-ranking matchup. But they've held their own so far.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, there's a good play right now. Attempt by AJ to double it, but he decides to not go for it at the end. Instead, Elro catching them with an interception. Trying to go for the boost steal. AJ getting bumped just a bit.
Absolutely, and boost is incredibly precious in this game. It feels like Texas Tech just aren't able to clear it fully on a lot of these opportunities, and so they can't get the boost. And as I say that, a critical bump, and AJ gets a goal.
Yeah, it looks like Bramble immediately getting bumped by Zemzo. Tried to get control of it. No one expected that bump, and so the net was just left wide open for Michigan.
Absolutely, and I feel like it has been deserved. Although we haven't seen incredibly strong pressure from Michigan, it certainly has been leaning their way, and I'm interested to see if they can keep that up, especially with, as I say that,
the chance.
Almost another shot
goes
for
in.
Michigan. But yeah, I just keep seeing it right now. Texas Tech seem a little cold. They're not fully warmed up. Their touches, especially their clears out, haven't been as strong.
Ooh,
good save by Bramble there, but it seems like they just can't seem to get it out past this Michigan line.
Yeah, Michigan with all the offense here, making sure to keep up the pressure, always having at least someone on the ball. Here's AJ with a 50, tries to clear it out. Zemzo has to go against two people, so Texas gets to clear. Here's a chance for an offensive play, but no one's there to respond, so Zems just clears it out. Ball goes dead for a while, but here's a passing play. AJ almost there, but doesn't get the clear correctly, and so Texas Tech get something on the board. Tying up the game. 1 minute left on the clock.
Absolutely. And it was a little bit of a slower play, but I did really appreciate the placement on that final shot. Able to get it past AJ, recognizing that he was low boost. And oh my goodness, what a shot by Roar. They've really completely turned this game on its head. Great flip reset fake and a perfect top corner shot past Elro. I was going to say Michigan seemed to have this game almost under wraps, but in the past 30 seconds, it's completely turned around. I guess we'll see what happens, but with 45 seconds left, it seems like Texas Tech have the momentum. We'll see if they can keep it up and prevent another goal, or if this game will go to Texas Tech.
Here's a chance at offense. Elro clears it up. Wilds pushes it into their corners. Bramble gets it past both defenders. Definitely. Malcolm good, 19 seconds left. Here's one more chance. Try to hit it mid. Not mid enough, so Bramble's just going to take control of it over to the air. Gets a flip reset. AJ has to go and clear this. But clearing isn't what they want. They want a challenge. They need to get something in the board. Elro with one last chance. Oh, but Roar is right there. The intercept. AJ struggling to keep control. All three players on the ball just to make sure that Michigan do not get any final shot. Texas Tech take this first game up just 1 goal.
Yeah, and honestly, this one was a bit of a surprise to me. You know, as I said, for the first maybe 3.5 minutes of this game, Texas Tech looked a lot stronger. I'm sorry, Michigan looked a lot stronger, but you know, Texas Tech pulled it out with some key shots. The passing play and then the great goal by Roar was able to pull through. And, you know, this is some good momentum for Texas Tech. Let's see if Michigan can bring it back.
You know, I think they have the capabilities to do so. They've definitely shown that in the, first couple minutes of the game. But Texas Tech just got those good shots in the beginning, or later on, actually. And so they were able to take the lead. Michigan just couldn't find something at the end. But I'll be honest, it's definitely a very close game if we're just looking at this one shot. And I think we're ready to move on to the next one.
Absolutely. Alrighty. And no hesitation. The players are ready to play immediately. Let's see if Michigan can pull one back.
Kickoff goal. Actually goes in Texas Tech's favor. There's a chance for a double. No, they don't. Instead, it goes down. Zemso just gets to clear without any boost. Wiles just gets to clear it back mid. In Michigan, a bit awkward right now. So Roar gets to push into their field. Zemso says otherwise. Now it's his turn. Maybe a chance for a shot. Wild's there to just deny that. But AJ still up. Not anymore. As now Michigan back on defense. Here's a shot that can go in. Bramble misses. Here's one more shot. No, Roar fakes it. Elro clears it out. And what could have been an easy open was denied by Michigan at the end of the day.
Absolutely. The pace of this game has been just so much faster than that first game, I feel like. I honestly can't believe that shot didn't go in. Texas Tech have had the best of pretty much every 50, and we've just seen them kind of competing much better this game. Even though they won last game, it honestly didn't feel like it up until the last minute. Now it really feels like they're taking control, and yeah, I'm interested to see if they can get any more shots on to connect. Let's see.
Wild fakes one. And so with flies above the ball just for a bit. Here's a shot on target. AJ with the save off the crossbar. These are some very close defensive plays. Texas Tech really have the shots in. Here's a bit of a double commit, but still goes well as Roar gets a 50, pushes into their corner. Wild clearing it out for Elro. Here's a chance to do something. He doesn't have enough boost, so he tries to fake and try to go for 50, but Bramble just plays patiently. Waterfall goes to Roar, and he clears it out as well.
Yeah, and you know, what I'm seeing right now is it seems like Michigan are going for more team plays, or at least not playing as flashy or individualistic as Texas Tech. Currently, Texas Tech, some of their shots have been very nice. Obviously, Roar in that first game, and then I believe it was Wilds had a good look on goal after that. It seems like they're playing very individualistic gameplay, and it's working out so far. Just because one of them beats maybe one or two, and then the third has kind of an easy tap in once the Michigan players have been beat. A very good redirect there by, I believe it was Bramble and Roar, but we'll have to see if anything can break through on either side in this so far scoreless game 2.
You know, what I'd like to see is a lot more team plays, maybe even a lot more aggression. Everyone seems to be playing very safe right now. Just some guy goes, he leaves, another guy shows up, or maybe they just rotate all to defend. I think the person who'll get the score won't be the one who plays safe. It'll be the one who takes the risk, goes for it, trusts their teammate. Or maybe it'll be the team that makes the first mistake, and the first team that capitalizes on that mistake. They will be the ones to cement their lead, but only time will tell.
Absolutely, and as you say that, especially with the aggression, having been able to watch this Michigan team a little bit more, I know that Zemzo, in particular, enjoys going for bumps and demos in the backfield. I haven't seen as much of that, but over the past minute or so, I have seen him go for a few more attempts. Seems like Michigan are changing up their style a little bit, and we'll see if it works out. Again, it has been mostly Texas Tech. Some good passing plays that just haven't connected, but I believe that Michigan still are in this game, obviously 0-0, and I think that they've had a decent boost advantage. They just haven't been able to convert it to anything yet.
Here's a shot, goes slightly wide. Team Michigan once again saved on the defense. So with no boost, has to push it just a bit. AJ tries to read it, but Roar gets it past him just enough. You can definitely see, again, a lot of attempted control plays, easily getting pushed aside into this corner. 5 seconds left on the clock. Let's go into overtime. Or let's bounce back in. Oh, that was close. Luckily, Elro was there. Clear it back to Zemzo. And AJ tried to get one last touch, but instead we're going to see overtime.
Absolutely, and let's see if any team can get a quick conversion like Roar did on that second goal in the first match. It seems like Roar is very instrumental in the Texas gameplay. Oh my goodness,
God. What a save.
An amazing ceiling shot over two players, just couldn't get past the third. Now Wild's taking a touch. He's going to cut it inside, air dribble it up over. AJ's there. We see that Roar again is on the ball. We have AJ for the block. Zemzo clears out, and it's just Bramble back there. But none of the Michigan players have any boost and can't really convert anything on that. Big clear from Roar, and we're back into the Michigan side.
There's a bit of a bump play, I believe, between AJ and Zemzo, but luckily didn't really do much at the end of the day. Instead, ball just staying relatively midfield. But again, everyone just kind of clearing it out. There's a chance at an open shot. AJ's turn. Gives it to Zemzo. Shot once again just keeps getting blocked, and now it's Texas's turn. They should take a shot up. AJ tried to get control up on the ceiling. Again, we're not seeing any complicated plays. Everyone's just playing very structuredly. Of course, that is giving us a very long overtime, but not a very tense one, at least from me as a viewer. I'm sure these players, as the time goes on, they'll start to get more and more tense, and we'll finally start seeing mistakes show up. They can capitalize on it. Here's a chance at a capitalization.
Goodness, what
the waterfall
a from Bramble. The vision to see that this was waterfalling, getting a double to make Elro awkward, communicating it to Wilds, I'm sure, was just a very good play. And I think it just shows what I was kind of saying before, with one player going for an individual play like Bramble just did there, kind of making it awkward for one or two UMich defenders, and then having that second or third man on their team kind of clean it up. A very I would say lackluster game, and not too many creative plays happening there. As you said, everyone's playing safe. I still believe that Michigan have a chance here, especially seeing how almost neutral the ending of that last game was. But we'll just have to see. We could be going towards a sweep right now.
Yeah, I wonder, will Team Michigan, it seems they did play very comfortably. Everyone was playing, very comfortably in that game. Even though it didn't go into, Michigan's favor at the end. So maybe Team Michigan, they're sort of 2 games down. They might realize that they have to do something. Otherwise, even though it's been very 50-50, 50-50s have been going in Texas's favor. So they'll need to up their chances, even if it means risking things a bit. Maybe playing a bit more aggressive.
Absolutely. As we see Bramble cleared here, Zemzo will most likely have the touch. Long and high up to Roar, who's low boost. Zemzo gets past one. Wilds misses. AJ fakes. Elro is bumped. Can't quite get it. And
no!
Disaster. AJ own goals. What a unfortunate play, but potentially a heads-up one from Wilds, recognizing that AJ was flipping back and potentially putting the ball in his path. I don't know. It seems like that should have been a goal for Michigan, but that crucial bump on Elro and the fake that could have just been a missed shot from AJ really did not do them any favors.
Yeah, I definitely think that one chance, we did see Elro getting the unfortunate flip. He has a chance to redeem himself, but no. This gets cleared out. I do hope Team Michigan can at least keep their composure going here on out. They don't just take it as an unfortunate accident. But here's a chance. Here's a counter. And Zemzo's right there. Zemzo's right there. Get the angle in.
Yeah, and it was a very interesting goal here. It seemed like a quad commit, 4 players going up, and it just happened to bobble in the favor of Michigan, and Zemzo was there to clean it up. And while while one might consider that lucky, it was good that the Michigan players were there and they were realizing the attempt.
There was an attempt by AJ to get the corner, but he missed it, and now Roar with another shot immediately with them back on the lead. Nice flick, and a bumping play as well to leave the net wide open for Roar. That's the type of, supporting play, that's the type of team plays I wanted to see to really break through everyone's, otherwise safe, plays going on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just an example of, well, this is a high GC3 SSL lobby. Those mistakes are going to be punished. I mean, the bumps, especially in a 2v1, are expected, and if you can't avoid them, there's not much that Michigan are going to be able to do. Michigan again losing, but AJ has a chance to potentially hit it past one.
Oh my.
And he gets the 0 boost play where he was very low trying to get past his defender, just managed to flick it under him. A great shot by AJ, especially on such low boost.
That's the 1v1 plays going into effect. AJ must have realized that if he could make some shot go in, he just had to remind himself of his practices. And now there's a chance for Wilds. Got a bit ahead of the ball there, so he couldn't do much. So now Zemzo getting control, but here's a chance by Bubble. Passing it over one. AJ in the net, but it goes right above him. Amazing plays. What a shot by Bramble. Perfect placement at the top center of the net.
Definitely. And I was just going to say that, Bramble was doing well, Roar was doing well this game, Wilds was doing well. It feels like the entire Texas Tech team has been making an impact on different sides of the ball. And I feel like their passing right now and their chemistry has just been better than Michigan's. I think we'll have to see a little bit of a style change, but at the moment, I don't see how Michigan are going to pull this one back unless they get a quick goal, unless they can take advantage of the 1v1s that they have. Another 50 coming out, and it's just a free goal for Wilds. Again, Umish left on the wrong side of the ball with little boost and just forced to watch as there's a free open net for another player on the Texas Tech team.
It's really unfortunate for Michigan. Texas Tech just getting all of those good touches right past the opponents, right past Team Michigan. Here's an example. Roar puts it right under AJ, so it kind of bounces off the wall. It's those types of touches that are just enough to actually get it through Team Michigan's defense. It's not anything fancy, it's just one extra touch, one extra turn, one extra 50. That's all that's needed, even in these high ranks.
Absolutely, and here we see it again. Roar beats 2 and is able to leave it for no one. Bramble taking it back. Chance for Michigan. Bramble let it go a little bit too far, but he was able to recover. Bumps Zemzo off, continues to stay on this ball. But now Michigan will have possession, and we'll see what they can do with it. Zemzo quickly uses all of his boost, gets a fake ceiling shot, but it's cleared out. And Roar confirms the clear. Wild sending it up. Elro there. Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of, I guess, hesitation in the midfield for Michigan. They have one person up to block shots, but don't really have anyone to follow it. Again, Elro just forced to clear and giving Texas Tech possession.
Here comes Bramble. Passes it back. Wilds is there. Here's a demo play, or a bumping play. Not exactly. Demo play. But it almost gave Michigan something, but then they just cleared it off to the corner. Really struggling to just move it to the center of the net where it needs to be to actually score it. It's been in their corner for a while, but the corner isn't the net. The corner won't get you goals. And Wilds.
Absolutely. And with 10 seconds left, it looks like we're going to close out game 3. And the only option for Michigan now is to have a reverse sweep. Seems like, after that first maybe 3 minutes in game 1 where Michigan were looking dominant, maybe Texas Tech were having some double commits, they seem to have locked in their communications. They have kind of gotten so much better over the last few games, and to be honest, Michigan will have to pull out something special, maybe a idea change, maybe something different happening in order to turn this game around. But right now, everything's just going in favor of Texas Tech.
What do we think about the overall speed of the gameplay so far by both teams? Do you believe that it was a bit slow relative to what you'd expect? Or do you believe that Team Michigan could up the pace in an attempt to just completely overwhelm Texas Tech if they want to get the reverse sweep?
That's a great question. And honestly, I think it is kind of hard. Having experience watching from a different perspective, I understand that when we're watching this game, it looks a little bit slower than if we're playing it. Being a GC2, obviously, I'm looking at this being like, wow, I think I could play in this lobby. I could easily do well. But that's just not the case. Obviously, they're there, and I'm here for a reason. I think that they're playing at a decent pace. I think they absolutely could be playing faster, but I think the real problem that they're having is that offensively, they've kind of shut down their creativity a little bit. They're being forced, their rotations are a little bit slow, so they're being forced to play out the ball, giving the possession back to Texas Tech on a clear rather than being able to play it, maybe a team play, a passing play, infield passing. But yeah, it's really going to be up to Michigan to maybe try and speed it up a little bit, but also to try and lock in their rotation so that when they get that ball, they're able to do something with it instead of being able to send it back. Additionally, sorry, we had a little bit of a server shutdown, but I believe we're back and ready to start the next match.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate server maintenance, but nothing too difficult to manage. Instead, I continue back where we started. Bit of a... Once again, Bramble with the shot. Immediately, just 8 seconds left. 8 seconds. And Texas Tech already just that slight touch into the corner. And... not looking good for Michigan right now.
Yep, absolutely. That was classified as a kickoff goal, but really, I think it was just another showing of where Michigan just didn't have the boost. See, that's another example right there where Zemzo tried to clear it, but there's just no one up, and possession went straight back to Texas Tech, who just continues to beat at the goal. I mean, just a great pass by Wilds, a bump by Roar, and then Bramble just able to finish that shot.
Yeah, and it does look like the server maintenance messed up the overlay just a bit. I believe we are on series 3 for Texas Tech, 0 for Blue. Sounds about right?
Yes. Yep, that's correct. We have 3 games to Texas Tech and 0 games to Michigan so far. We'll really have to see what happens, but Bramble taking it up. Elro to block him. Wilds to have that out. Bramble to fake a touch so that Wilds can get another. Roar already up. Can he get a double? No, but someone got demoed in the midfield. Bramble takes out, I believe that was Zemzo. AJ trying to get a touch inside, but Texas Tech too fast. It's cleared back to Michigan, but they just gave possession away again so that Bramble has it. A good clear by AJ will give Michigan some time, though. Wilds off the backboard, still off the backboard. 2 Texas Tech players miss, kind of fakes out the Michigan defense, but they do have possession now. Let's see if they can turn it into something. No, Roar's there for the clear. Wilds takes it away from Zemzo and is off on his own for a double tap. Oh my goodness. Wilds is having an amazing game right now. So is Bramble, but this double touch is something special. With 0 boost remaining, bar down, over 2 players. Texas Tech is just really outperforming Michigan right now on all sides of the game.
Yeah, Michigan. It's a bit awkward. Oh, almost. No. Zemso tried to get the corner as the initial shot just hit the crossbar on the left, but he just didn't have the angle for it. That could have been a chance to make something come back. Instead, Team Michigan, it's a bit awkward sometimes, trying to get touches that they just can't fully commit to. Here's the bumping play. That could have been gone somewhere, but instead, Team Texas Tech just keeping their composure. Here's Roar out with the clear. Here it bounces mid. No one's there. Zemso couldn't get another shot in. They really need to get some more precision if they want to actually take advantage of these slight openings. And if they don't, then just Texas will just keep shooting. Even if they don't shoot on target, they're just putting a lot of threats, just like this shot. Barely cleared out. But they just... Michigan just continuing to try. And we're only 2 minutes left, so they don't have much time for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just, you were kind of just saying it, being more precise. About a minute ago, Elro had a chance on net, just went wide, forced Xander to try and have to make a almost impossible angle, and he couldn't. And then twice more since then, they've had potential shots on net that just haven't been on target, and that's been absolutely crucial in this game, where I feel like Michigan definitely could have pulled 1, maybe 2 back and been in this game, but their shot precision just hasn't been there, and so they're forced to struggle, still 3 down with not much hope left.
Yeah, while Michigan's shots are a bit lacking in this game, on the other hand, Texas definitely not lacking as they get a really good clear. Here's a shot going down. Zemso clears it out, but those touches, those shots, they put Michigan in a really frightful state. And that just affects them just on the mental. It'll affect the rotations. They don't need to always get any shots in. In fact, they don't need to. They just need to hold off this 3-goal lead for a minute, which shouldn't really be that hard at this point. But the extra shots just mean that they're not even done, which is even more terrifying if you were on Michigan's end.
Absolutely. In this grand finals, it could have been competitive, but Michigan now need a miracle in order to stay in here. And it looks like
Oh,
they may have one. Elro and AJ connecting to give Michigan a shred of hope with 30 seconds remaining. I don't know. Michigan may have to get a couple kickoff goals in order to bring this back. But, at least they are leaving with their dignity, if nothing else.
yeah, but unfortunately, it's a good shot to bring back some sort of momentum, but it might be a bit too little too late as Wilds just immediately clears it out, passes it to Bramble. Again, they don't need to actually score, they just need to buy time. They just need to play defense, but at this point, offense is the best defense. As a pass goes mid, it was a bit wide on that touch. AJ, 7 seconds left. It tries to go for some sort of ground plays with the dribbles, but isn't fooling anyone, and instead, 0 seconds left. AJ keeps it up for a bit. Bramble maybe with one last shot, but it just drops down right in front of Michigan's net. GG's, Texas Tech with the 4-0 sweep, this best of 7 match.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate for Michigan. I thought this was going to be a more competitive matchup when I saw the first game happening. Even the second game, when I believe it was just a 1-goal game, I thought, Michigan, even though they lost the first 2 games, they could easily bring it back. But the third game and the fourth game, I felt like Wilds especially had a huge impact for Texas Tech, making some more creative individual plays, solo plays, in order to get Texas Tech up 2-3 goals each game, and it really seemed to have an impact. I think mentality was a little bit off for Michigan, especially in that final game. They just lost 3 goals so quickly, and even though they pulled one back, it was a little bit too late for them to convert in anything.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a mentality game by the end of it, that Texas just kind of won at the end. Nothing much we can do on that from Michigan's side. They were very even in the beginning too, which is very interesting. I felt like it could have gone both ways. Maybe if Michigan just got like an extra goal and won at least one game, they wouldn't have struggled so much in the later half of these matches. But I feel like just by Texas Tech getting those first two games, whether it was just by outplaying them, whether even if it was just by luck, at the end of the day, Texas Tech just had just that slight boost, and that slight boost was able to carry them. Michigan just couldn't lock in at the end, and Texas Tech was in no way just complacent about their own games and their own advantages.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing really else to say. I think you covered it fully. I don't think we're going to do any interviews with the players at all. So that'll probably be it for this stream. A bit of a shorter one, expected to be a bit longer, but, it was still an interesting game. It was a finals. Unfortunate as, a Michigan player and fan to watch that happen. But, I'm sure they'll be back next season. They put up a strong showing making it to the finals. And, I really think that although they didn't get it this time, they can definitely come back next season. I believe they'll have pretty much the same lineup, maybe switching one, and they'll still be pretty strong if they're able to continue to improve and work on their game, especially their shooting.
I agree. We did have the one person showing up, but it doesn't matter too much at this point. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope to see you guys sometime soon. Maybe by next season, we will continue this sort of casting. Maybe next time with a Michigan win. But that's all we have for you guys today. I'm Panther Leo. This is Bex. Thank you for watching our stream, and I will see you